What's up? What's up? It's your boy SneakerQue. We're back again with MOT Magazine with our artist spotlight. We got a special guest for you guys today. Virginia recording artist, Erikka J.
What's up?
They say you can't choose your family. I look around my circle to see I've chosen wisely.
How you doing, Erikka?
I'm doing all right. How about you, Kwame?
Good. You enjoying this nice rainy weather down here in Atlanta, Georgia?
Not at all. I happen to come the rainiest week of the spring, I'm sure, but you know, it's all good. I love Atlanta.
And the coldest.
Yes.
The temperatures drop.
Yeah, man, I don't like it.
All right, so let's get into this music.
Yes.
You from Virginia?
I'm originally from D.C.
Originally from D.C.
But I bounce back and forth a lot. I'm in Virginia now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your early influences as far as the music.
Yeah. I sang in the church. Grew up singing in church, of course, and my mother sang in the choir. My grandmother as well. But as far as like artists, my main influences I cite are Billie Holiday, Sade. My mom played her a lot growing up. Anita Baker, and of course Mary J. Blige.
So you got an old soul.
I do. I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
Because I read something about you. You said that you really, really, really love Billie Holiday.
I do. Yeah. Love Billie.
What about Billie Holiday made you like grasp and to have something to go in?
Yeah. When I was in 10th grade, I was going to Duke Ellington School of the Arts in D.C. and I had to read her autobiography, and it just like changed my life. Like, I don't know. For me, like her voice is so unique. She has such a niche, like nobody can duplicate her sound to this day. And even though she had such a rough life, she put that into her vocals. And I mean, she's just dope. I don't know how else to explain it.
And one thing else, her music is timeless.
Absolutely. You think of like one of my favorite songs of hers is Strange Fruit, because it was just so different. And it still applies today with a lot of the things that we have going on, you know, so yeah.
So obviously, your music career started in church. A lot of artists that I come in contact with, that we work with, their early music came from the church.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Why is that?
I mean, I think, you know, if you come from a spiritual background, you probably went to church, and I mean, music is a large part of the faith. I mean, people express their emotions and they give praise, and you know, they express their sorrows and through music. So you know, if you started going at a young age, you were around it then, and you probably sang in the choir like I did, and that's when you kind of discover how you know, that you can sing. So
I think that's probably the main thing. Starting off as a kid, that's like the first place you get introduced to singing, really.
Right.
Whether it's the choir, whether your mom might have been in the choir,
yeah,
or you know, that's like your first dose of singing.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that I was good though until I was in like 8th grade.
8th grade.
I mean, because in church, you know, everybody's like, "Yeah, baby, good job," you know. So I mean, whatever. But I was humming in a locker room going to Sousa in Southeast DC, and I was real shy. And some girls was like, "That sound good. You were good." I was like, "Really?" It was.
So like your whole demeanor is like DC swaggish, kind of, sort of.
I guess, yeah.
It kind of doesn't fit the mold of like an R&B singer or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
You know,
yeah.
It's more like, you know, swaggy out. So do you think that just came from just growing up in the DC area?
I think so. Of course. I mean, you know, that's me. That's who I am and where I'm from. But also, like, even though I'm a soul R&B artist, I'm very hip hop influenced. Yeah, I love hip hop, and I listen to more hip hop sometimes than R&B. So
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, so like if you see you, you think like, oh, it's more hip hop, but then you like a soul artist.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you give that effect where it looks one way, but it's totally different.
Yeah, yeah.
So obviously in your career early on, you've had like some success.
Mm-hmm.
You opened up for Chrisette Michelle.
I did.
How was that experience? And
that was dope.
What did you gain from that opportunity?
Yeah, that was probably my longest solo set, where it was like just me, you know. It was a 45-minute opening, so I did my own thing for 45 minutes to a sold out house. Yeah, so that was just crazy with a full band. And I don't know, I guess just having that experience was just priceless, to be able to have that level of exposure and to be able to really have my own like full show, that where it wasn't just, you know, at a little club, like it was like a show. So it was dope.
So I read something on you that said that you make music that's relatable.
Yep.
How important is it that your music be relatable to maybe you or to your audience or to your core fans?
Oh, it's everything. Music to me, it needs to be genuine. It comes from your experiences or things that you've witnessed. And I like to touch people with my music and sing some things that are honest to me. I have to be honest with my music. So I want the messages that I get to either make people feel good, or if it might be something that's not a good topic, something that's sad, I mean, that's real, and I want people to be able to relate to that. And just knowing like you're not alone feeling that way, it got me through some tough times. So I hope to do the same.
So I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
Today's music, do you think is relatable as a whole? Do you think all the music that we listen to, you listen to, whether it's hip hop, whether it's R&B, do you think it's relatable to the people that's listening? Or you think just people put music out just with a dope beat and just saying some words that you really don't know what's going on?
Yeah, I think it's all of that. I do believe, I don't hate on it. Like, I feel like it's a time and a place for everything. If you out in the club and you want to turn up, you should be able to do that and just party and have fun. Like people talk about the state of music today. We had that type of music, back in the 90s too, when it was, some substance. I always say that I feel like the issue with today's music is the lack of balance. So, you can have the ignorant stuff that's just a dope beat just to sell. That's cool. It has a time and a place. But when you have your mainstream that doesn't also have the music that's getting the attention, that gives positive messages and feeds souls, then that's where you have a problem. So
how important do you think it is to make sure the messages are positive?
I think it's very important. Like I said, not every single song has to be that way. But I just think that having balance in everything, in life and in what you feed yourself, is very important, spiritually. So I just hope that I'm seeing some of that come back, with people like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar getting the success that they've had, so hopefully some of that is starting to come full circle. But yeah, if I see the balance reestablished, then I ain't mad. Go get your money and have fun.
I'm going to tell you what, I really think that a lot of the music that's out right now, some of it is relatable, but then some of it not.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, like you said, you mentioned the J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. Like a lot of Drake's music is a lot relatable too.
Yeah.
To like a lot of different people, whether it's
it's honest.
Yeah, it's honest music.
Yeah.
It's honest music. So you can't help but respect that and understand it.
Right.
So obviously with your music so far, what do you think is next as far as the tones and the music that you come in contact with?
Yeah, so I'm working on a couple projects right now. One of them is with the producer LP. He did my song Second Family. And, that music has turned out to be mostly like really positive stuff. And then my recent single, Supposed to Love, was produced by Ivory Snow out of Connecticut. So we're trying to work on some stuff too. And that's really everything I do. Like you said, kind of has the hip hop influence. It's still soul, but like hip hop soul is like my thing. So that's the sound that you're going to get from me coming forward, and just maybe a little more hip hop. My last project, my EP, was kind of safe, the first one. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little more hip hop.
So do you think as like a young artist or a young up and coming artist that you have to play it safe more times than so, or you want to be that artist that's daring, that's just going to just go with the flow and go what they feel?
I think I'm somewhere in the middle. I think when I started out, I was more like, play it safe and be careful, and I don't know, I think just kind of finding who I was as an artist, and I think that's still a journey that I'm on. But I'm starting to push the envelope a little more and experiment with some different things, and I think that's just what keeps you fresh and keeps you growing. So I want to keep doing that.
So what music artists, like R&B artists that you're listening to, that you're fans of, that you actually like their music?
Foreign Exchange.
Foreign Exchange?
I love Foreign Exchange. Who else am I listening to right now? When I'm like in writing mode and making projects, I don't listen to a lot of music, especially like singing music. I listen to some hip hop. And I listen to some indie. I listen to indie artists too, like people back where I live in Richmond. So.
And I think that's probably where you can get some of the your influence from, because there's a lot of talent. Just independent artists. A lot of people that just wait for that shot that people haven't heard of. So I think that's what I really appreciate about music right now. Like, there's a lot of music out, and there's a lot of music that people really don't hear or they haven't heard just yet. So where do you see yourself in like the next 5 years as far as your music career? Where do you want to see yourself?
Where do I want to see myself? I want to see myself wherever God wants me to be. Let me put that out there. I'm big on purpose and doing what I'm supposed to be doing and in his will. So I just hope that I'm where he wants me to be. But if I could tell him what I wanted, you know, I don't necessarily need like Beyonce fame. I just don't. I want to be able to be cool and be able to go get a gallon of milk if I need to. People leave me alone. So I like performing and doing shows. I would love to be able to make music, you know, my only career, be comfortable financially, be writing, getting checks, and, you know, just making music and having that be my primary income. So I get that. I'm happy.
So you talked about writing. Do you write all your music?
I do.
Every single song?
Every single song, I write it.
So break down the whole process of writing a song.
Every artist has their own process. You know, artists were weird, so we do weird stuff. I write best when I drive, which I don't actually write while I'm driving. But, you know, I'll use like recorders or whatever. I get my best ideas when I'm driving or when I'm in the shower.
I remember speaking to you one time about that, trying to get this set up, and you said, "Yeah, wait." It's like, "Yeah, no problem." I was actually doing some writing. And I was like,
you're like, what?
How you driving and doing writing? And you explained it to me. What was that you said?
I don't remember what I said.
You had a pad or something that, voice track or something like that.
Yeah, I was using like a voice recorder probably. Yeah, okay. I'll play the beat, you know, in the car or whatever. Or I'll get like ideas and concepts. But yeah, so I personally write better alone. There are some people that write better in the studio. I don't like a whole lot of people around when I'm trying to create. And I don't know, it just depends. But those are kind of like my big things. I still write on pen and pad. I can't do the phone thing. I tried. For some reason, I'll be on social media on my phone all day. When I need to write, I need something tangible. So
you think moving forward, you're going to continue to write in all your tracks?
I mean, I would like to, but I'm a fan of just music. So, you know, if somebody approached me with something dope and it fit my voice, I mean, sometimes, you know, you may be a writer, but you might write something. I've written something that wasn't really good for my voice necessarily, so I might give that to somebody else. And if, you know, somebody had something similar where it worked for my voice, but I didn't write it, I'm not completely opposed. I'm not so, like, filled with ego that I have to write everything I sing. So
you don't mind getting something that somebody might say, "Hey, Erikka, I think this fits your mode of your music," and stuff like that, and vice versa.
I'm picky, so I will probably give input. I'll probably end up co-writing it because I have to have some input, and especially on the arrangement and the harmonies and, you know, the vocal production, that has to be my own. So I'll probably do that. So actually, I guess I probably would write it.
Do you have any like showcases or any type of concerts, anything coming up soon?
Yeah, the biggest one that I have coming is I'll be at Blues Alley in DC. That's a staple venue in DC. So I will have my own show there. That'll be dope. 2 shows, one at 8 and one at 10 on June 24th. So I'll have that up on my website.
Might have to make it out of DC.
Yeah. Their tickets are actually already on sale on Blues Alley's website. So
that's good.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do now, I want you to tell everyone where they can find your music, all your social media, stuff like that. Promote the single.
Absolutely. So I'll start with the single. It's Supposed to Love is the name of the single, produced by Ivory Snow. And that one I talked about being more hip hop, and that one I was proud I actually sang and I rapped on that one. So we're going to be looking at doing a video for that soon, so keep it locked. But ErikkaJ.com is ErikkaJ.com. And on all social media is Miss Erikka J, MISSERIKKAJ.
There you have it. Virginia recording artist, soul artist,
whatever you want to call it. I make music. I'm an artist.
She makes music. It's your boy SneakerQue with MOT Magazine. We signing out. Thank you and good night.